So hello, everybody. This is Coach I, and I'm chatting with my amazing client, Shae. And we're just going to do a quick kind of testimonial of her experience so far. And I feel like has it been 2.5 months or 3 months of working together?
Something like that. I don't know. It's gone by so fast.
I know it really has. And, so before we go any further, I thought, let's just take a second and recap and share what it's been like for this journey for you, because you were brand new into the world of raising awareness and transformation, and now that you're tapped into it, what are you realizing, and what were some of the gains that you've experienced the past few weeks?
Well, when I first came to you, I came to you to help me get out of my way, because I didn't know how to put myself out there. I was so scared to put myself out there. I wasn't clear on what I wanted to do. Coaching, right? I wanted to coach. And I knew I don't even think I was thinking parents when I came to you, although that's been a root of mine, a passion for a long time. But my gosh, it's been a wild ride. I mean, I've cried to you for like no reason. Like our first session one time was like 5 minutes of me just crying. I couldn't even speak. Like the transformation has been amazing, because I actually like making videos now. I like telling stories about myself. I've kind of come full circle and like not knowing a direction, and now I'm like getting clear, and it's not necessarily coaching, right? Like my passion is just raising awareness on breaking patterns and helping people become better parents because of that. And so it's been an interesting, very unexpected breakthrough in many ways, in just like seeing all these parts of myself come out, not being afraid to shine, not being afraid to talk about my spirituality. I still don't like selling myself, but I've decided that's not in alignment with me right now anyway. And so we've had your coaching style is very much like a firm, loving, bold coach, in the sense that you're like, stop it, right? Like when I got my hair cut and I'm like, I don't want to do a video, I don't like my hair. And you're like, okay, like it's not about you, right? And but those are the limiting beliefs I had, or I had the perfection that I was addicted to before. I don't care now. I'm okay being sloppy and maybe not being super professional and articulate in my videos. Like I'll probably do a video where I just have my hair up in a bun and no makeup one of these days. I'm getting there. And lives, like all of that stuff scared me to death before. And and you introduced me to Erin, who now she's my podcast coach. So it's like opening doors I never even imagined when I first came to you, or when you first came to me. I don't remember how that came about, but just really a magical experience, to be honest. It's
Ooh, I love that.
Yeah, it's like I'm just coming out of this protective shell that I've spent almost half a decade building. And now, decade? No. Half a century.
Half a century. So, what's amazing about Jamie? So Jamie is very modest about her background. Okay. She's badass. And she works with like top-notch people as well. And I think the hard part is, when she first came to me, is realizing that she can finally use her power.
Yeah.
Right. Like she's allowed to step into her power. And there was this fear that like fear of success, fear of what if I become like too much or too powerful? What would that do to me? Right. Yeah. And these fears get in the way of you taking action, because you're thinking about, what if I lose my friends, I lose my community, right? Before you even do anything. And then you're like, you get stuck. And we got you out of it, right? We got you to take action. And the responses has been incredible because people relate to you, and you're a very conscious parent, and you broke through the pattern of generational trauma as you made a decision to become a conscious parent, and that allowed you to have amazing two children who they're like best friends to you.
Yep.
You know, and this is a conversation that needs to be spread around, is, you know, that we can be conscious creators of our life, and we can change the lives of our family members and all these things, but it has to start within us.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And I didn't even know how much I was hiding until, you know, when you're in like this, I don't know if this is a good analogy, but when you're in a bad relationship and you're like, you're just, it's your normal, you know, it's bad, but you don't know how bad until you get out. And it's like, I'm so not the person I was when I first came to you. But man, it took like a peeling of the onion of layers of just discovering myself and not being afraid to be great and be powerful. And every time I do a video now, I'm just feeling more and more bold and unafraid to share. And my kids have told me how proud they are of me for sharing these things, and they're on my podcast with me, and they're so excited to do that stuff. Like it's just a really cool experience. So it's just been so, I can't wait to see what happens. I really am like, I'm just beginning, I feel like. So
You definitely are just beginning.
Yeah.
And yet you're already seeing magic. You're seeing the magic created because you're surrendering to it. You're surrendering to this journey, and you're allowing things to show up, and you're learning from it. Right. And instead of, I think the hard part is like, what if this, what if that, and trying to predict this future. But you finally just go, okay, I'm just going to do it, and then get a feel, like listen to my intuition and let that also lead me. And you know, what I love is when you can share those limiting beliefs, right? And we have this level of support, this system of support where we message each other, and you share your limiting beliefs without realizing they're limiting beliefs, without realizing these are like old patterns, right? Like that example of your haircut was just perfection, right? And I love to just share what had happened was, this is the first time I asked Jamie to do a recorded video or Facebook Live, and she wanted to do a pre-recorded video because she's not ready for the Facebook Live or anything. And I check up on her and say, have you done it yet? And she's like, well, I just got my hair cut and I'm not liking it. I'll get it in a few days. And then she gives me all these other stuff, right? And then I'm just like, I'm intuitively picking this up. I'm like, okay, stop making it about you. All right. And then I go into this also explanation of what's happening. And no joke, it really hit her heart, because within 1 hour, she created this amazing video. It was like 15-minute, like articulating. And I felt like I was gonna like cry just watching it. I'm like dying, because she just poured her heart out, and she described her story of her own, pain and struggle, being a mom and being so vulnerable. I mean, it was so beautiful. And I was like, how the hell did you do that? I must have been a great coach, because that was amazing.
Yeah, you were like, no, you're basically like, no, you're not going to make that excuse. Go do the damn video. You didn't say that. Excuse me. But I put my hair up in a ponytail, which I never wear. And I'm like, I got to do this. I can't let I down. Like, and this is what I needed, right? Because all those excuses, I would procrastinate and never do it, and then regret. Like, I didn't want to look back and be like, okay, I could have, or maybe who knows if I could have done this or done that. And I have so much to share with people, and I've kept it to myself or shared it in little bits here and there. And I know that I can make a difference in a bigger way. And I needed somebody to get me out of my way. And you've done
Absolutely.
that. You've done that.
Yeah. And what's beautiful is Jamie is, and maybe this will resonate with the audience who's listening to this, is you're deeply purpose and mission driven.
Mhm.
Okay. And it's so important because when we got into that first conversation, is just recognizing how you look back and you're like, man, I could have done this 20 years ago. I could have done this 10 years ago. And you, at this point, you're like, I can't continue to keep delaying this.
Yes.
Right. And when you finally just step up and say, you know what, I'm going to choose this moment.
Yep.
To finally get mentorship, and the quantum leaps that you've created for yourself has just been incredible, because you're finally allowing yourself to do it. You're giving yourself permission, and you're not living in regret.
Right. Right. And I'm more aware now of when something comes up. I'm like, oh, that's a limiting belief. Like, I can type it out to you and be like, oh, I'm not sending her that, because she's gonna use this as a story somewhere.
No stories though. It's gonna help somebody, I swear.
I know, but but it's like becoming more aware of like, oh, that's a limiting belief. I need to stop telling myself that. But sometimes we're not even aware of what we're telling
Yeah.
ourselves until someone shines that back at our face and is like, you hear what you're saying? You're limiting yourself. Oh yeah. So you've done that. But you've also just been, I've, like you said, when that day that I was crying and I didn't know why, you just said this is part of growth, right? You're like, it's like part of you is dying. The part you've built up to protect yourself for so long is you're letting that go. It's scary. And so but you would just also just listen to me sometimes ramble or say things that I don't want to say to anybody else. And you were just held space and non-judgy and helped me make sense of it, or not. Like, it's okay if it doesn't make sense. So all of that was super helpful. So I'm very grateful. And this is the best investment I've ever made.
Ooh, I love that.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Any other things that you want to share with our audience, or those who may be interested in working with me? Like, what would you like to share with them?
Invest in yourself. Because working with I is life-changing. I told I that when I was younger, I was like, oh, I don't have the credibility. I can't do the thing that I want to do. And then all these years have gone by and I'm like, well, I have all the credibility and I have all of the experience and I have the knowledge and the wisdom, and I still can't do it. Like, I'm still like, so it wasn't that back then. It was just another excuse. So if you find yourself making excuses for why you can't do something or aren't doing something that your heart tells you you should be doing, I can help you get there. She can, not I can help you.
Both of us. Both eyes.
Yeah, no, not I can help you get there. And you can live your dreams. You don't have to wait till you're almost 50 years old to do the thing that you know in your heart you're meant to do. Like, connect with I, and she can make it all happen. I mean, you put in the work. She's there, but she's calling you out on your crap, which is what we need. And so, yeah, I would just say, don't hold back and don't deprive yourself of the life and the dreams that you have, because there are people like I who can help you get over those hurdles, and you won't regret investing the money.
I love that. I think that so many people need to give themselves permission to do to make those big decisions for themselves.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And it is, you know, for the longest time, you've given so much of your energy and your time to like the corporate world,
Yes.
right? And then you've gotten to a point where you're like, what about me?
Mm-hmm.
Right. And what about what I can do? Right. And now we're seeing like you're here to raise awareness and consciousness
Yes.
and breaking like the patterns of generational trauma, of reprogramming people's mind. And you're
Yeah.
not going to get that working in the corporate world, right? And
Oh,
so you're allowing yourself to be this channel for people to really heal, for people to live their life of limitless possibilities. And
yeah.
in order for you to get there, you also needed a space to be held for you to clearly see all of your, you know, possibilities.
Yeah. And, another thing that popped into my head was, I wasn't really attached to an outcome. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't come to you necessarily because I'm like, I need to have 10 coaches by the time our work is done, right?
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't about that. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
So not being attached to outcome allowed me to get to this real place that wasn't even in my
Mm-hmm.
awareness back then.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
it's so aligned with me, and like it just feels so good. And I've said this a lot. That doesn't feel good to me. That doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
And so it's been a journey, but I would say, like, anybody who works with you, come with an open mind and just see where I can take you. I feel like I'm talking about myself. See where I can lead you.
What I win can take you, right?
Yes, yes, yes. Because it's really about being open to seeing what blossoms through working with you.
Yeah.
Because if I was stuck on that, I wouldn't be there, right? Because I would be trying to do something that's not necessarily what I'm meant to do.
Right.
I'd be trying to force something.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that probably for any coaching client, they can have a vision and a goal.
Mm-hmm.
But you really have to be unattached to the outcome, because
Right.
that's when true things can surface that totally changes the direction.
I love this. Okay, so what you described right there is
Mhm.
part of this feminine magnetism.
Mm,
That's how I would describe it. Right?
yeah.
It's this process I call, you know, which you're embodying it, and I take you through this. It's surrendering. It's radically releasing and receiving. You have to be able to release, because you may think you know all these things, right? And then
Yeah.
but some things are already kind of designed for you to experience,
Yes.
or right. And so you have to like release your attachment to outcomes, or attachment for things to work a certain timeline.
Yeah.
And then once you
Mhm.
release it, and all these like powerful things show up,
Yeah.
the people, the possibilities, right? They show up, and man, it's much lighter,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And then you make room for your intuition to really shine. To You're elevating your intuition, and then you're like, okay, this is where you're talking about your feelings. The
Yeah.
feelings are showing up, and you're like, okay, I feel drawn to this, right? And then you connect to your emotional intelligence, and you're saying, okay, like these are my thoughts, these are my beliefs, like what's a negative thought, what's a thought that's holding me back, you know, and how can
Mhm.
I change that around, and being very emotionally intelligent with yourself, right?
Yes.
And then transmuting that power, like becoming more powerful and showing up and reclaiming yourself and who you are authentically.
Yeah.
So this is all part of this feminine magnetism, because you're not pushing, you're not forcing anything, you're letting things show up for you and come to you naturally.
Yes. Yes. I love it. I can't wait. I can't wait for that. That's very much like feminine energy. I've always been very much in my masculine energy, especially in the corporate world, in the IT
Mm-hmm.
and tech. So I'm always very eager to learn more how to be feminine because
Yeah. You have been definitely, I'm seeing all that right along this journey
yes.
of you realizing, oh, I don't want to do it this way. This doesn't feel right. That's you embodying that.
Yes.
So congratulations.
Thank you. It's amazing. Yeah, it's really, I reached a turning point, I feel like, this last week of like finally feeling like I'm on the right path, but you have been there the whole time. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I hope you all enjoyed this conversation and this resonates with you all, and reach out to any of us. And Jamie is, do you have a podcast name that you want to share in case they want to jump into your podcast and listen to you when it's all ready?
Yes, it's called That's What Shae Said.
Hey, for Jamie Shae.
And it'll be awkward and probably inappropriate at times, like The Office.
I love it, but that's what we're building you up to, is being bold and unapologetic.
Yes.
Because, you know, the worst thing is showing up and still feeling like you have to be safe and proper when you know there's more to it, when you know that you have this fun and goofy side. And I totally resonate with that, right? And that's the journey that we have to allow ourselves to kind of explore. And so we're gonna see all parts of Jamie as she talks about parenting and how parents are unaware of the way they treat their kids, right? And she's gonna have those bold moments and calling parents out, or
my kids are gonna call me out.
Yeah, absolutely. Or just having great compassion for certain things. So you're gonna get to see all parts of Jamie, and I love it because Jamie is, you know, when you first meet her, she's so sweet, you know, she's so nice and kind. But when you hear the stuff that comes out of her, it is deep. There's depth to it. There's so much wisdom, and it is fierce. So I cannot wait to see all that come together. It's like the yin and yang.
Yes, yes. Ultimate balance, right? Masculine and feminine. Yes, it's coming together. I love it.